guys, welcome. Thanks for dropping by on a Thursday. I have my friend Dawn here to do some. I guess I should give you guys a little background. So, in a couple days, if you're in Lynn's group, you'll be surprised by a challenge that's somewhat related to oceans and summer and water and stuff. So, we decided that it would be fun to do some watercolor and do something oceany, beachy, summery, whatever. And thanks for dropping by. I think everybody knows Dawn, but feel free to introduce yourself if you want.
Hi, I'm Dawne, the crafty visage. I have a channel. It's that name. And I go live on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I think that's it. I think everyone knows me. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I'm always like, I think everybody knows me, but then I'm like, if someone new came, I don't want them to feel like totally like, what on earth is going on here? And I'm playing with pencils that I've borrowed from my dad, and I borrowed from my dad 4 months ago and haven't tried. So these are Derwent Inktense, and I think they'll be interesting. This is I think this is watercolor paper. I think I lost the cover to it, but I believe this is watercolor paper. And I've got other stuff to play with, but yeah. So I think I'm just going to do ocean scenes and backgroundy things. And I don't know if I'll do a project, but I probably have ink smushing I could actually do something with. Actually, that would be, if I can find it, that would actually be a cool thing to start with, because it doesn't, I'm pretty sure my ink smushing doesn't have like beachiness on it yet. But, you know, it already looks pretty oceanic. So like if I put a little beach somewhere, I guess you'd put a little,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll put a little beach here. Like if this was the wave here and like a little bit of a beach line. I could play around with these pencils and see how they work on like normal cardstock. This is super thin, so it's kind of warped already. But I do see that I have like a sandy brown. So let's see how this goes. But I didn't have like a super particular sort of idea for this stream other than, ooh, these are interesting. They look really translucent, which I guess would make sense if they were like inky.
Hey, Jim. Welcome in.
Hey, Jim. How are you? I hope you're recouping all right from all your drama. I feel like that's the one thing about being an adult. It's like you always have some kind of life drama going on.
Yeah.
These actually go down really quickly. That's interesting. Here's another brown. I think this is a darker brown.
So I'm starting with the Tim Holtz Distress pencils.
Ooh, how are those?
I love them. I love them so much. I've got to go back
through them particularly fast. I was curious how long they kind of lasted, because I don't do a lot with watercolor pencils.
Not really. I've had these for a few months, and they're still near the.
Cool.
They're still pretty long.
Oh, nice.
They were gifted to me. I just saw that this is set 2. I just saw set 1 on sale on, I believe it was scrapbook.com. Might have been Ranger. I can't remember, but I was thinking I should have got them. But at the time I couldn't remember if I had set 1 or set 2, so I was like, oh, I don't want to get a double. I should have ran upstairs.
We have a helper who's playing with my camera, because of course he is. He might chill and stuff.
Oh, that's so funny. I know.
I had a wonderful idea when they were kittens that they would be so like my place is all like was built in the early 80s, so it has an open floor plan, which is great because it feels more spacious than it actually is. But it's not great when I had kittens and now cats, where it's like, if you want them to not get somewhere, it's sort of like, well, that's kind of tricky when you realize, like, if they really want to, they can, like, probably jump to, like, my shoulder vertically if they feel like it. So, I don't know. The funny story is I had a baby gate for all of a day before the cat was like, jumped over the baby gate, sat on the other side, and was like just looking at me. Like he didn't do anything. He was just like jumped over the gate and was like, "Oh, is this a game?" So yeah, I love the reel you sent me of cats being.
Yeah. Yes. For some reason, I think of all my cat friends when I see all of those reels.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Like I had a dog, and she wasn't any less of a chaos artist when she wanted to be. So, and yes, we. Oh, I got the. I even have oceanic stamp cleaner.
Oh, do you?
Although interestingly, the Bruce Monroe stamp cleaner isn't as like given kind of how it was marketed. I thought it would be like super duper like fragrant, and it's not, which is nice. Are you lying or are you around? I can't
It's a
tell.
nice, clean ocean smell.
Yeah, but it's really light, so I mean that's nice. Ooh, I have some metallic oceany things I could mix in. That would be kind of cute. So, oh wow. Oh, this is interesting. That is fantastic.
I was gonna say, wait until you wet it.
But it's really interesting. Like it really gets vibrant, which I wasn't really anticipating. You know, like because watercolor pencils don't do that as much. Well, I guess they do.
Did you guys see my? This is my paper towels from my from the mouse in my room.
Oh
Look at
wow.
Ah, my good paper towels too. Yeah,
That's really neat. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I want some more of the dark brown though. Where would I be if I was the pencils I just had and put down right next to me? I don't know. I forget if it was you or someone else I was talking to, but it's always just fascinating how much stuff you can lose on your desk during a live. It's like, I know these things are here because I didn't move.
Right. I know. Happens fast too. There 1 minute, gone the next.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Yeah.
These are a really interesting look, though. Wow, I like that.
They're very intense.
Yeah, but they maintain sort of an inky translucency, which is kind of neat. I mean, they're very watercolory in that sense, which I like. Should probably pay attention.
Hey, Melissa.
Oh, hey, Pam. Hey, Beck and Sam.
Hey, Beck. Melissa, he's using the Inktense, Derwent Inktense pencils.
Yeah, this is a set I borrowed from my dad that I've had for. It's funny because Dawne has almost the same set. I think she has the 12 version of the same set.
Yeah.
But they're really interesting because they, like, unlike normal watercolored pencils, like, allegedly, once they are wet and dry, they become non-movable, which I'm curious to test that later. But the interesting thing is you can still sort of see the background through them. So they're a lot more translucent. I mean, they're more like a watercolor. They're a lot more translucent than, say, I don't know, paint, I guess. Well, like an acrylic, you know, or something like that. But it's really neat to watch them move around. But my thought is for this, I can probably cut this into pieces. This is just an ink smushing that was, if you guys remember what was it? It was whatever that first live was that Lynn and company were playing around with the infinity folds. I did a mermaid card that's around here somewhere. And I did, you know, I was gonna, because it was a pick skipper craft. That's why we needed to use ink smushing. But anyway, like I had And see, we have a friend. This is his butt right here. This is taking up a third of the screen because, of course, it would be, I don't know. Like, the weird thing about cats to me is, like, I don't know why they, like, want to hang out where it's, like, seems inconvenient to do so. Actually, I have some brown on my palette, so let me just pick that up and see how
you better
this...
you better be careful. You might use his tail as a brush.
Yeah. Well, I'm always like, so I really like peacock feathers, so I always kind of live in fear that I'll eventually like dye the cat like deep teal. And then like he'll probably need to go to the vet soon after that, and then he'll wind up like explaining to the vet why the cat's teal, and. But he actually hasn't ever messed with ink, which has been kind of a blessing. And these are just my some stuff left over from my grabby set, I think. But it's interesting because like watercolors and the ink tints work really nicely together. Like obviously you can see that they're like way more vibrant on this side than where I kind of filled in, but I just love that weirdness to watercolors, it's like, why is it doing that? Who knows?
I saw that back. I put you in my watch list because I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. She said she did some ocean watercolor scenes the other day.
Oh, who was that?
Beck and Sam.
Oh yes. Yeah, you're right, Beck and Sam. She does like to steal the show. I don't know, like I think it's more like he hears me talking and wants to be part of whatever's going on. I don't know. This is a nice sandy brown. I might leave it like that. I really like how this weirdness of the ink smushing like looks like froth, like this is a wave coming in, and like if you were looking down, kind of at the ocean coming in, and you have a little frothy bit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I have this. Oh, no worries.
Is that loud? Does it turn it off?
If you're loud, I think StreamYard like mutes it because it knows that it's some kind of oddity.
Okay.
It's one of those things that's like it's very computery, and that like it tries to be helpful. And
well, hopefully it will shut me down so I can emboss. Should I?
oh, that's hilarious, T. Yeah. Oh, you had a cat visit, Jim? That's cool. Ah. We have a few local kitties, but they tend to be pretty stealthy for whatever reason. Because I have a cat, and one of my neighbors also has a black cat. Well, this one's not black, but my black cat and my neighbor's black cat look almost identical, except my neighbor's cat named Jinx she's got shorter fur than Kaiser. Although Kaiser has shorter fur in the summer just because he sheds out like his crazy sort of wintertime mane.
Undercoat.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's Maine Coon, but he has those kind of vibes where he'll get like that rough where like it's not quite a mane, but it's like around his sort of neck he just gets floofier. But it's like every year he sheds, and then it's like, wow, my cat's half the size he used to be. I think I'll let this one dry because I'm pretty happy with it. Like this would be really cool wherever it is. This thing's disappeared on my desk. Wherever I put it, I have a turtle and starfish thing. Like it would be neat to maybe do a turtle stamp in the ocean, which probably isn't. Well, turtles come up on the beach. It wouldn't be totally crazy,
right? No.
Where did I put that? It's somewhere on my desk. It might be right there. No, you're my adventure one from my card yesterday.
That's cute, T.
Ah, here it is.
Oh, good, Elizabeth. I'm glad it shuts it down.
Oh, this would be a good size. Like, it would be that size turtle. I just need to do it. Need a turtle coming towards the beach. I kind of like that as a vibe. Is this, yeah, that'll be fun. I could do little starfishies. Actually, do a little turtle, too. I kind of like the bigger turtle, though. I guess we'll make it mixed media, because why not?
Why not? That's always fun. So I'm trying to emboss with white ink, and I figured I would stamp with white pigment ink, but for some reason it doesn't stick enough to the powder.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
The colored turtle. Well, that might work. That's kind of more of a gookier turtle. I don't know that I want a true blue, though. Uptown might look good, because it looks good with everything. I'm kind of feeling the Uptown, but maybe I don't need to make every card be like teal. Oh, I think this would be perfect. This in the park, I think, would be really cool. That feels the right color, I think. At least in my brain.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Oh, do you like turtles? Because they're green, or just because you like turtles?
I love turtles. Elizabeth probably loves them because they're green.
Yo, I forget. Oh, I think my friend Leanne, like I was doing a turtle thing. I once asked her if she liked turtles, and she's like, have you seen any of my pictures? And then she sent me pictures of her bathroom that's like all sea turtles. And I'm like, I should have known because you live in Florida. So like, it's a whole thing. We'll see. Ever since my crap, I've been like stamping with a block and I don't hate it. So we'll see if this is a good idea or a terrible idea. I guess we'll leave that, the right side, sort of its own thing. And then if I stamp here. Oh, that came out good. Yeah. So then this could be like if I cut this in half, I have like a beachy one and maybe I'll do some brown, whatever they're called, sea stars. I want to call them starfish, but I know they got renamed.
Thanks,
for
Melissa.
reasons at some point.
Thanks, you guys.
Oh, do you like? So have you gone through all your Dart Frog lunar paste, Elizabeth? That's the one. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of lunar paste is weird because it's like I never go through it because it's kind of like you don't need that much usually. I'm sure Elizabeth will be like, no, I've gone through like 5 jars of it this morning. So. That's what always happens when I'm like, well, you can never really go through the insert product thing. It's like someone's like, oh yeah, I went through about all of it, all the things, and that's orange, that's purple. I know I just had brown 5 minutes ago. Although purple's, I don't know. It's like a plum purple in a crazy color for a starfish. I'm thinking it's not reasonable, but you know, I kind of like the idea. There it is. I guess I kind of need a darker brown, maybe brown. Let's see. Maybe a coffee brown. I don't know. See you, Pam. I don't think I have an octopus stamp, Jim. I don't know. I mean, you have your famous like original octopus, Dawn, from like the
I know. Art
Art
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
It's become a thing, a fan favorite.
That's kind of cute.
So this stamp is Rena K. Did you watch Craft Roulette last week with Gina and Rena?
I do. I did. Rena. I really like Rena's design style because she does all the neon things.
Yeah. Well, this stamp is hers also. This ocean stamp.
Oh, really? Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that is neat.
The wave.
That's awesome.
Thanks. And she designed all of the sentiments, and they look like they were drawn in the sand.
Oh, neat.
So, yeah.
That's cool. I always like the thing I always remember her for, I guess, is which I bought and haven't used because I'm very naughty about such things. But when she did all those mandala makers, like those were super neat.
Oh yes, I have those.
Have you played with them ever? Like, I feel like they would be a lot of fun.
Yes, I have. I actually just went through them today because I was looking for the beach stamps. So this is the one that I have.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she did a couple of sets. I can't remember if this is the first one or the second one.
There are two, I think, because I bought both of them when I got the stamp wheel.
Yeah.
Well, won the stamp wheel. Well, kind of won the stamp wheel. I mean, like, you know how raffles are like that. It's sort of like,
That's
well, I kind
second.
of.
T says that's the second. The second one that I showed. The one that I showed. Yeah, she says is the second one.
Oh, hello,
Sorry.
JC. How are you? Pure Arts did one too. I need to pull them out.
Yes, they did
Very
a layered
neat.
ocean.
Well, I mean, the neat thing, the thing I think is neat about really all the wreath builders, but the mandala ones in particular, is like you get so many different pieces that, like, you could make a mandala, but you could also just use them as a border, and it's not like inherently mandala-y, like if you wanted to do just sort of like an arc with one of them as just sort of a graphical element on your card.
Yeah.
Where did I put my camera? Oh, here you are. Under everything on the floor, of course. Whoops. So, what's 4 inches look like? What's 5 inches look like? 4.5, I think, is the right answer.
T likes your turtle.
Thank you. I'm kind of a fan, too. So I think this is about 4 inches. So this would work well as sort of 4x6. Yeah, we can make a card front out of this. So I have these kind of 2 panels. I think I will save for something. But I wanted to try, I had an idea. It might be a good idea or a bad idea, but let's find out. I had this neat wave stamp I really like, and I was thinking I could stamp if I can get the cat off my ink pad. Could you move, Sarah? Sorry. I didn't mean you to step on. Everybody's a critic, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to be evocative of it, but it reminds me of that like famous wave thingy. Actually, I should grab the stamp wheel because my block is too small for that stamp.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to see that stamped out.
Well, I've never actually used my stamp wheel for red rubber, so we'll see how that all goes. It'll be an experiment. But, I mean, the nice thing, Not that I have any like ties to the stamp wheel, but the thing I like is that this behaves like a floating hinge. So like with the Misty, I always had. I'm off camera, but like because the stamp is thick, right? It'll just pump up and it'll be fine. Unless there's a good way to do it. I don't know. Someone probably knows.
Thanks, Becca. I don't know what stamp you wanted me to bend, Melissa. Was it the long one? I probably could have.
Well, maybe do a little intense on it. Something like that. We'll see. We'll just put this in and hope for the best. And be really naughty and like using all my not watercolor grade paper to do watercolor today. So. Well, I really love this stamp. This is one of my favorite stamps I own, probably because it actually reminds not so much of Maine, but of like Rhode Island. It's sort of the waves you would see like at a more rocky beach. Mm-hmm. But like what you usually see when people do ocean stuff is, more of a sort of Florida beach, not really a rocky coast.
Right.
Let's hope for the best. Woo! Look at that.
Love your reaction. Oh, that's
I just love this stamp when it stamps fully because it's got so much detail. And I want to come back with a lighter blue and sort of do a wash on it, but I think I'll give it a minute too. I mean, it's VersaFine Clear, so it should be waterproof. But no, I don't know. I think it was Sagar maybe had made that point about like watching me is like I always get excited because I don't know if it's gonna work out or not. Like I don't know. Maybe someday I'll be like one of these crafters who's like, of course it worked out, Like.
Thanks.
In the magical.
Thanks, T. And hi, Brenda. She says hi, Jay and Dawn.
Hello, Brenda. But every time I use like a stamp like this, it's like I don't own much red rubber, and then I use some red rubber stamps. I'm like, I don't know why I don't own much red rubber because it would like save me a whole bunch of like effort in like being careful,
right?
Because it's like I don't worry about over stamping red rubber because it's probably not going to happen. I should worry about turning my hand blue because I did that already this week, but
My fingers have been inky all week, which isn't a bad thing.
I forget if I told you this story. Like I asked one of my coworkers that I worked with for, I don't know, at least 20 years at this point. And I'm like, you never really ask questions about why my hands are weird colors. And he was like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. And I'm like, oh, okay. I always like, I don't know, if they're one color, it's fine, but it's like when they're like pink and blue and 15 other things. This is dry. This is dry. That dried really fast. What do I want? I want a blue. Oh, I could use some of this palette that I put together and never used. Like this blue, probably. I want a granulating blue. I think this gray would be kind of nice too. I don't know if I want to do a somber wave or not. I don't really want to do a somber wave. We'll just do a happy blue.
Hi, Zal.
We'll leave somber for another day. So this blue, I think, would be good. I can just pick a little up. What's blue? Here's a blue. Oh, that's pretty blue.
I'm not sure. Should I add the starfish to this? What do you guys think?
I don't like it because it's like 3 elements with the heart. I kind of dig that, but right. I don't know. It depends if you like the empty space. That's people who are good at making cards. Don't ask me. I feel like I'm still a newbie.
T says no. It's good without. Okay.
Well, she is. We will defer to T.
She knows her beach. Or none. Melissa says no flip-flops.
No flip-flops.
Everyone likes the empty space. Okay, friends.
We can take the advice of the gallery.
I feel like it needs something, but maybe not. Maybe not.
I don't know. I kind of go that direction too. I'm like, oh, there's space. I should fill it with a thing.
This is definitely, I say I struggle with clean and simple. So see if I do this, it's definitely clean and simple. And it's like, I don't know. It's beautimous, Elizabeth says.
It is pretty. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, you can definitely picture being there.
It's still kind of wet, so I'm not going to add it to this card base yet. I'm going to set it aside and let it dry. And we'll move on.
Yeah, I hadn't figured out if I was going to actually finish a card.
Oh, I can't remember what I'm stuck now. I'm trying to remember. T, did you color your stamp? Did you color your stamp with your? I can't remember if she colored her stamp. I was up and down and so distracted during your live. I've got to go back and watch.
I think she used pencils and then did for the cake. She used the colored
ink
pencil,
tints.
the watercolor, the ink tints. But
Yeah.
I think she used some kind of marker for her foliage.
Oops.
Wasn't paying attention to what marker that was.
I think those are the Zig ones. Zig cream color brush pens. Oh, that's where that went.
Where did I put my other pad? Oh.
Yes. Hi, Maria. Okay.
And I'm looking at this upside down. There we go. That makes it easier.
So
that's blue. Okay.
So I'm using my papers up that I was gifted by Abraham.
Oh, cool.
This is the Artist Loft. The beach one was the Artist Loft too. I'm trying to use them up. And I feel like they're good for cards. I mean, he did put on them that it was low quality. The Strathmore was high quality. And the Canson was like a mediocre. I don't know. But I'm using them up for cards because they're already cut to card size pretty much.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm going to use these. So I don't know if you've seen these, Jay. These are stamps by local King Rubber Stamps.
No, I feel like Elizabeth played with the brand at some point, but I don't know very much about it at all. Or it might have been T.
So
I
I'm
don't
thinking.
know. I watch a lot of people.
Buy because. Oh, buy back. Sorry. Beck and Sam left. So everyone was saying goodbye.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yeah. Hey, Linda G. Hey, JC.
Hey, Linda.
Yes, they do have beautiful. They do have beautiful designs. And I don't have an octopus, but I do have a jellyfish.
That's kind of close. I mean, it's
It's kind of close.
invertebrate.
Yeah. And then I have this background. It's called Jelly Giggles. I think, I don't know if she was, I think it's Jelly, yeah, Jelly Giggles. And it's like a bunch of jellyfish. But I think I'm going to use the turtles. And
Well, there's nothing wrong with turtles. Turtles are kind of fun.
turtles are kind of fun. So I'm not sure how I like that Hero Hues white yet. White ink.
I always feel like white pigment ink is a little touchy, just because it's like always takes. I don't know. It always seems to take a little bit more finesse than I think it ought to. But you know.
Yeah, and of course this is new. I'm used to the one that I'm used to the one from 1902 that I have. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is what I'm doing. These are my. Oh, maybe I need more water in here. These are my Inktense pencils, but what I'm going to do is, you can see I use them. I'm putting them in the water. And these markers were meant, so Lisa created them to be able to use with markers that she sells.
Oh.
And they're kind of
that's
like,
so neat.
they're kind of reverse, you know, like they're, you won't get like the line work. You're going to do the coloring, and the line work is whatever your background is, you know.
I see. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
What color do I?
So I just wet my pencil enough to get it to flow pretty much. And thanks, Maria. Oh, you think so, Elizabeth? The white from Maker Forte. Oh, figures tea. So I have my pencils just wet enough to be able to transfer the ink, the pigment from the pencil to my rubber stamp, if that makes sense.
It does. So that would basically give you a pretty saturated color, which kind of makes sense if you're going to stamp with it.
Right. Now you can see why I'm inky, because this is what I've been doing this week, is playing around with tons of pigmented things, and I'm just covered.
I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah. I love all your shorts lately, Jay.
I've been having fun with them. I used to do a whole bunch of shorts, and then I kind of spaced them out for some reason. I can't remember why. But I don't know. I like that. I don't know. I've been having a lot of fun with them, and I don't know. Lennox is sort of hamming it up, so that's always kind of fun too.
Yeah, that's looking good, Jay.
Yeah, I'm just sort of doing this is more texture. I think if I make a card, I'll use some of the other pieces just because they're more done. But I don't know. I just like, the thing I like about watercolor is it's just kind of funky. So sometimes it's kind of fun to play with. Like I could see, like, you could just, once this is dry, I may just do the whole. I may actually go back and do the top too, because I feel like I'll just do like sort of, I don't know, watercolory, oceany things, and then, you know, it would be really easy to take fish or other things and put them on top to make actual cards out of them.
Yeah.
I was originally thinking like doing more of a sky and a boat, but I kind of like this better. So I think I'll do more of that. What have you been up to lately? Do you have any like summer plans?
uh, well, I've been, well, we traveled, well, as you know, we traveled during the month of March. So
Mm-hmm.
we've just been kind of focusing on home stuff, been doing a lot of gardening. I'm
That's
trying
cool.
to, I've been doing a lot of organizing inside, but also trying to organize and sort stuff outside, like the flower beds and planting vegetables and, you know, so that's
Well, 'tis the
basically our,
season.
yeah. I mean, it's funny you asked because we were talking this morning about that. And I said, well, I said, everybody's vacationing. And I said, I feel like, I'm glad we vacationed when we did. You know, it was kind of like off season. He's like, yeah, I'm good with taking a vacation until, well, it's nice weather. And I'm like, that's true. I guess maybe planning something for another trip for winter time, just hanging out around the house for summer. But my daughter's from California, says she's coming to the city, New York City, in June because her husband works in the music industry and he has a client that's supposedly doing a show then.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
um, and
That's a
he,
good
if
excuse to
he,
go there if you want.
yeah, yeah. So, um, they're planning on going there and then I guess he wants to do stuff with the kids around the city and then she wants to come bring them here for right around the 4th of July. So I'm hoping they make it.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
So basically just hanging out at home, family, friends, barbecues, you know?
Yeah, I think we've done that the last couple of years as a family just because it's like, it's actually nice here that time of year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I keep pushing ahead my hand surgery and I'm like, oh, I'm going to kick myself come winter or fall and I haven't done it yet. So I don't know. I don't like the thought of not being able to create anything. You know, the right hand was easier because it's not my
Yeah.
dominant hand.
Oh, I see.
My left hand is crucial. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I had my arm surgery, I was kind of lucky in that like my wrist wasn't really impacted, so it was like life in a sling, but it wasn't quite the, I know friends who have had some of the hand surgeries, it's like it's just kind of tricky. Because you want to use
Yeah.
your hand like right away. It's like it's hard to not use your hand.
Right. And you can't predict the healing, you know? It's kind of, I mean, well, Jim's an example with his hip. You just think everything's going to go as planned and then it doesn't. I think that happened with Yvette with her hand surgery, she said.
Oh, that's I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It's like there are probably so many variables in the mix.
Yeah, so right now I'm just enjoying enjoying being able to color and stamp.
Well, that makes sense. I don't know. Do you think I should leave a white border? I kind of want to cut this off and just sort of like leave this
Ooh.
pretty simple and then find some sentiment to go here that says something about something. I don't know.
I don't know. Are you gonna use it as a card then
Yeah, I think so.
and mat it?
Yeah. I haven't
Oh,
decided on what.
so you could probably. I don't know. I like the border, but
Well, we could do a
I,
border. I
pers-
rarely do
pers-
them, so like I think it
personal.
would be.
Yeah, personal preference. I think.
Well, let's try it out. I can always cut it off later if
All
I decide
right.
that it's not my favorite thing.
True. True.
Oh, Elizabeth likes the white border. Okay, we'll do the
There you
little.
go. I do too.
We'll take the advice of the chat.
Yeah, the experts, right? We'll take the expert advice.
Do I know what? Do I know how wide this is? That's a good question. I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's 5.5. Well, that'll work out nicely. Then I can use one of those. I can just make a card base.
I feel like those in the chat too are getting like full view. You know what I mean? They get the objective. They get the whole full picture.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've kind of done what Lisa does with her markers with my Derwent pencils. I've kind of just coated the stamp. So
Oh, neat.
we'll see what happens. Oh, sweet, Maria. Yeah, mine's kind of a mystery now too because I didn't label my seed pods when I put everything in, and now things are growing up and I'm like just trying to guess.
Does that work well, Elizabeth? Like, can you just pretend to know things and be like, yes, like I, Elizabeth, have like ordained it. I'm thinking maybe I'll make a 5x7 because I could like mat it on something like this and then like do a 5x7 in navy, and that would look kind of cool.
So I have this watercolor turtle look now.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. That is cool. Oh, I love the little bits of turquoise in the mix. Like the
Yeah, that's
green bits with the stamp. That is really neat. I like
all the
that.
seaweed, you know. Yeah.
Honey Navy, where are you?
Thanks, JC. So I'll let this one dry, and I'm going to try it on another piece of, I think I'm going to go with the Canson because, like T said in her video, she still had so much color left. And that's the thing with the Derwent. When you put it on, there's so much pigment that, yeah, you can stamp several times.
That's really neat.
Elizabeth says, yeah, fake it till you make it.
And by 7.
So Maria, this is watercolor paper. This is the Michaels brand, I believe. Artist Loft. Is that? Yeah, that's Michaels brand,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah, so that's what this is.
It's
This one
very
is
economical.
yes,
But
yes.
like if you wait for it to go on sale, it's like it's quite economical. So I'm a big fan
And then this one is
for that
the
reason.
Canson XL. So it's a little more texture on the paper. So it's a little yeah. So now we got 2. So I feel like I'm printmaking without printmaking.
I mean, I guess so. Kind of that vibe.
And
I
then
guess you're
this
not
is
mass making, but I don't know.
no, not mass making. I'm mess making, Jay.
Makes me really want to get out my gel print thingy again.
Do
I
it.
haven't used
Do
it
it.
in a while.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
maybe I wanna cut this a little short and make a weird size card.
So now I'm starting to get a little more subtle of print, but not bad. So just out of that one application, I got 3 different prints. I kind of mushed the face on one, but it's pretty cool.
Still, it's still pretty neat.
Yeah.
Just
And
need you
yeah,
to
this
be
is the
like a
last
quarter
one.
inch less.
Yeah, not bad, JC. Not bad. I might even be able to add to it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to push it anymore. I feel like it's getting so. I don't want to muddy it to the image too much. But even still.
Still looks pretty neat.
Thanks. It's fun to experiment, you know.
5 3/4. 5 3/4 what I want. We'll see. Ooh, I'm liking that.
Yes, T. So true.
Got a bro paw. Keeping an eye on my card base. I'm kind of liking this.
Oh, I like
The
that
teal.
too.
I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. Like I want a sentiment here, but I don't know if I want. Where was it? Oh, it's. Well, we could use these. I'd like it a little bit. I think I have one that's bigger. It says something motivational. But it's not quite "you're awesome," but it's something close to that. Where would you be if you were my stamp that I was using last time?
JC says, Jay, that teal makes it pop. And T says, me too, love the blue.
Ooh, here we go. Oh, we can make a Father's Day card. Is there any big poker days are smooth sailing? Well, actually, this set would be nice to do like an inside thingy. There we go. Now, this one would be really cool, except I know my dad would hate it, so we're not doing that. But it's really, like, if you like a Sappy Father's Day card, it's a really good Sappy Father's Day thing. Because a father is neither an anchor to hold us back, but is a guiding light, blah, blah, blah. It's very cute, if that's your vibe. It is unfortunately not my dad's vibe, but I really kind of want to, I think this, maybe I'll use the anchor on the inside. Or the, like, birdie doing the birdie things. Actually, I could, well, you know what I mean, like, he's chilling on the rock. Although the other stamp set has a pelican chilling on a rock, too, but let's see if I can find everything I wanted. What are you? You are grungy none. Grungy bits, grungy bits. Oh, I went to play with that too.
Oh, T loves the crab. T loves the crab.
Oh, good. Okay. What do you say? You say, friend, hello. Well, that would work. That works pretty well. I'm so grateful for a friend like you. I want something. I want a bigger stamp set, though. Uh,
Okay. So I think the best two prints were these two. My favorite. But I really like this washed out one
I like
too.
that. Ooh, that one's cool too.
Very watercolory. Hey, Lala. Good morning. T, that's great. Same. I'd have to agree. Oh.
That's
Oh,
about the
goodness.
right size. That's a possible one. That's what I wanted, but we have birds and deer and random something. Oh, random coffee. Of course I do.
So I'm going to experiment. I'm going to do something I've never done. I haven't done before.
Oh, what is that?
I am going to
Oh,
color
you said on
over.
the.
I don't even know if I can. Oh, these don't even show up on white. Huh. Oh, wow. I am going to attempt to watercolor over the top of these turtles, or at least around them. We're going to see if it goes over it without. Oh, it does. So I dried the ink tints, right?
Mm-hmm.
It almost resists, or it does resist the watercolor. So when I went around it, on the first go, second go, not so much, but let me hold it up. Maybe it will show. It kind of comes right off of it.
That's pretty neat. Oh no, Sam
I
sat
guess the
down.
second. So,
Oh, this is perfect. Hooray. Ah! Oh, there's a swatch card.
oh
I think this will
yeah.
be perfect.
Lala says she's become a turtle lover since your turtle episode.
Well, she has the card now, so I'm glad that she's still a fan of turtles.
Um,
Wow, I'm making like a one-layer card, sort of. That never happens.
never happens for me either.
Well, I mean, it's like a one-layer card if you don't count the matte layers. I mean, it's sort of a one-layer card, right? Like it's closer to a one-layer card than if it wasn't.
So this is just a practice on the print that didn't come out so good. Oh, nice, Lala. But I can see why the artist loft is considered low quality, because just one layer of paint, it's kind of pilling already.
Yeah, I mean, although I don't
So
know, it's always tricky. It's like I always find
yeah,
watercolor paper hard because it's like, well, what are you gonna do with that? I mean, if you're gonna just do low water techniques, a lot of stuff works. But if you're not, yay.
right.
Yeah. I'll be cranky if I wreck this.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
me too, T. She said she needs her paper to take a lot of abuse. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. The whatever this is, the fluid orange I really like because it comes in a whole variety of like blocks. But this is pretty cheap from Jerry's because it's doesn't say it's made out of cotton because it's not. So you know, it starts to fall. I mean, it doesn't fall apart, but it's not as nice for high water techniques as other stuff. Wow. Well, I just wrecked something. What did I wreck? Oh. Information on crappy pencils. Okay, that's fine. Oh, and I can use this as an inside segment. Fantastic. And we can. Well, we might as well cut a whatever size mask we need for the inside. What size are you? You are. I guess I could use this. Oh, that would be.
T, see my Viva towels? See what happened? Shame. So sad.
4.5, 5, whatever. 5 3/4. That's what I did. Ah. I think I have an idea. Yeah. So that'll give us a thin border. Then we just need like a. You'll put like a little. I'll put like a really small thingy to write on. Not this small though. And 3x5, maybe. Good. Oh, we are. Oh, and just to do like this is what he does all the time. Like he just hangs out. He's ever so slightly not in violation of being in like the space I'm crafting, right? Sorry to like jerk the camera around, but I just find it funny. It's like a kid, right? Like you can't do this specific thing. Okay, I'll do almost that, but not quite, you know?
Right.
I need more cream. Oh, this is cream? It is, right. Maybe 4 by... That's enough.
Wait, did someone get rear-ended?
What? I hope not.
The guy came out of nowhere.
This guy rear-ended.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go for it.
I just saw the lower comment. I was looking for the original. Oh, got rear-ended yesterday, but gladly fine, and the kids too. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry, Jay. I just saw part of the comment at the bottom, and I was like, what? Somebody got rear-ended?
No worries. I don't know who I'm making this card for. It's a very serious card for anybody I know.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have that many people I send serious, elegant cards to, which may be a comment on a lot of things, but like, well, like I try not trend more to silly, I think. Not that that's bad. It's just, thank you for your, is this upside down? Yes. Let's try not to put things on upside down.
I need to get back in gear and get cards sent. I feel like I'm so behind on sending cards.
Yeah, same. I need to take a day to do it, except every time I have a day, I want to like do a project that's not like that thing.
Yeah.
Front row.
Not now, kids. Sorry. I don't know if that picks up, but
Not too bad.
on the camera, my kids are trying to ring my phone. There. Not now, kids. Oh my gosh. Wow. Elizabeth got T-bone too. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, she had all sorts of car. I mean, she had her deer thing too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have that in Maine? We didn't really have deer in Connecticut to speak of, but there are a ton of them in Wisconsin.
We do have deer, but they're street smart for the most part. I don't know, maybe it's just certain people, because I do have a friend, her name's Pam too. Her and her husband, where they live, they're across town, but I swear they hit a deer like once a month. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, what's on your car that attracts them? Some sort of sound, maybe. I don't know. But not really. I've hit a deer once. And when I hit it, it jumped out of the woods right into like the front passenger corner, but it came from the driver's side and it kind of came over. And when it jumped on the other lane, jumped into the other lane. And then when it jumped again, it hit my front passenger side of the car, like the headlight.
Oh my.
And when it did, it swung my car around like this. And I twisted and turned and then hit the edge of the road and rolled. But a big old pine tree stopped me. So
I put that back. No,
but
that would be I like to move this because it's not doing.
Yeah, moose. The further you go up north, that's when you get a lot of the, like the moose. Yeah, and the Sasquatch tea. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of Sasquatch. I think there's a few on my street.
You know them personally?
Yeah, fortunately. They're not allowed to talk to me. I tell them I don't associate with Sasquatch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, JC, that's kind of what happened to me. The deer hit me and then it went into the woods. And of course I flipped my car and when I crawled out of my car, that's the first thing I did was I went looking for the deer. So I'm not sure how I feel about that this one. And I don't know as I want to wreck these. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with these. These are my two favorite, Jay. The one that came out like super bright.
Oh, neat. I like that one a lot, actually.
And yeah, and then the washed out one. I really like the washed out one too. So I'm not going to touch those yet until some good idea comes into my mind. So
I just have new gray ink, and I'm like, where on earth is it? I don't know. It's hiding in my house somewhere.
Yeah, my car was totaled, Elizabeth. Totaled. No joke. Flattened. Yeah, it was like the accident of the year. The accident of the month. It made the front page of the paper that week. But that was many, many years ago. I want to say my daughter was like a year old and she's going to be 29. So goes to show you how many deer I hit.
Ooh, this would be cute. Or a really bad idea. I guess we'll see. I can always overstamp it in black, I guess.
Run it through your main.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Which one? This one, T, or this one to straighten it? T said run it through your mink. Most you would hit here would be a squirrel or snapping turtles. Oh, we do have squirrel crossings. Oh, hey Jay.
Hello. Well, I just figured I'd make you big so people could see what they look like.
Yeah. So this is my heart in the sand. I was thinking I should do some maybe some splatter on the beach, a little bit of brown on the beach.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, to get that sandy look. But maybe we cover it over the beach, over the water over. If I was thinking, I would have used my sand embossing powder.
Oh, you have sand emboss? I didn't know they made that. That's kind of cool.
I think it's by Hero Arts.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that such a product would exist, but
right,
it's still kind of neat. I guess I can start putting stuff.
Yeah, makes it a little more subtle. Thanks, Jay.
Did I do something?
Yeah, you took me down off of the spotlight.
Oh.
I appreciate you bringing me up, but I appreciate you bringing me down too. And I always forget. I'm not host savvy yet. I'm still learning, believe it or not.
Yeah, I always find it hard to No. I couldn't. I thought this wouldn't work, but I kind of don't hate it. I used peeled paint on this, and I kind of like the distressed bird because you could still write here and over it, and it wouldn't be that distracting. I'm thinking of doing this on the inside to sort of have it mirror the nautical vibe.
Oh, nice. Oh, what's the paper that you have in there? Is that your practice sheet?
What?
Was that the inside of your card?
Yeah, this is the inside of my card. This is not my practice sheet, but this is faux watercolor.
Oh, okay.
But I was it reminded me of the actual watercolor color. So I was like, I'll use that on the inside because I have 3 or 4 sheets of this pad left and I should just use them up versus hoarding them. Collecting them. Collecting. That's the word we're using. Collecting pattern paper.
This is the sand embossing powder. See all the colors?
Ooh, that's really neat.
Yeah. So it's Hero Arts, I do believe. And T says it came out when their layered beach thing came out, which could be. I'm not sure.
I mean, it would make sense.
I got my beach. Oh, I didn't get their beach. That's right. I got Gina K's beach. I got my beach in a kit.
Oh. I was going to say, yeah, I think Gina K could afford a beach.
And I got my beach. Yeah, she could.
Is there a Gina K island somewhere? I'm curious now.
So my beach sand came with the Hero Arts because I used to get the monthly Hero kits way back.
Oh, neat.
And I got this ocean themed one. and I got my sand. I keep saying beach. My beach sand, my sand embossing powder with the kit. So yeah,
Do they still do kits? I don't
they
think
d-
I
they
ever played with one of theirs.
they do, but they actually, I just saw it on the live yesterday with Jennifer McGuire. They've changed the it's not known as the My Monthly Hero kit anymore. They changed it to a different name. I think T watches that. She might remember. T has the beach set, no clue how or when she got it. Well, you'll have to pull it out. Embrace the beach kit. It's that time of year.
I agree.
Us ocean goers. Hero Studio, that's it. Tracy, you have all the answers. I love it.
It's called the Hero Studio Kit now.
Yep.
That's a cool name.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. I should start another project. I'm thinking I could do watercolor and do a below the ocean scene.
I know a lot. Like in the Midwest, it's kind of in that. I don't know if they have this in the Philippines, but we have kind of this season that's kind of late spring and kind of early summer where it can't really decide if it wants to be warm or not. Like it was, I don't know, 75 this afternoon, but it was like 49 this morning, Fahrenheit. So it was like super chilly, and now it's not. But
oh yeah,
we've also had years where it's gone directly from like this to like full on summer in like a week, and there really hasn't been spring. But this year we're getting like a really extended spring, which is kind of cool. Let me do something with my turtles.
yeah. It was super hot yesterday, or the day before. It was like in the 80s, and today it's been chilly. I've been cold all day.
That's no fun.
Yeah, I think it was a high of 69. It's below 70. I'm freezing.
I guess I need more teal. Not that every ocean card base has to have teal on it. I just like it when it does. I guess I'll do this. Wow. Oh, that's my new fancy die.
Yeah.
Trying to run away.
You got a new fancy die?
Well, I had this one. It's when I was playing with Elizabeth. This is the die plate for the Buttercup something.
Oh yeah.
Dies that just magically jumped into my cart when I was buying the alignment guides because they were 65% off. So I was kind of like, how could I not buy it?
Right.
I mean, I could have easily not bought it, but like the shopper in me that's like, that's a fantastic deal kind of kicked in. 5 1/4. 5 1/4? That's not right. 5 1/2 is correct. Yeah, 5 1/2 is correct. Oh, some days. Some days mathing is hard.
Tease done with summer forever.
Don't you live in Alabama? Like, I don't, like, you have summer like 8 months a year, I would think. Although it's funny you say that, because my good friend who lives in Texas is kind of like not a fan of summer, and I always find it like, but you live in Texas. Like, why would you live in Texas if you didn't like summer? But
Well, maybe for the same reason I can't stand winter and I'm in Maine.
yeah,
Like,
I
I want
suppose.
out. A product of I forget how it's worded, of your heritage or
Yeah.
origin. Ugh.
Second white.
Okay.
There we go. 5 and a. This is 5 and a quarter. The other one was not. Probably just stamping black on top of this. I'll do that. Maybe I'll use mine.
Lala says, I like looking at winter and watching winter stuff, but I can't do winter. Layering is so difficult. Yes, true.
Well, who was it? Debbie J, I think, who said that she likes winter on her computer screen while she's on the beach.
Yes.
I was like, I know a lot of people who feel that way. That's a little.
Yeah, I think I'll stamp first.
There's something about kindness. A bit of kindness to brighten your day. That seems like a nice sentiment.
That is a nice sentiment.
Plus, I like sort of generic sentiments that you could like use it for whatever. We can use more navy because, of course, we can. That would have probably been better if I put it on white. Oh, well.
I think I'm just going to stamp multiple things.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No?
I've been trying to get better about like actually stamping sentiments inside of my cards.
Well, I thought, yeah, I need to get better about just tending to the inside of my cards. I don't, I always forget. I usually just write a short note and send it off. And I'd like to decorate it more.
Yeah, I'm better about it when I'm like doing it on live or something, and like I'm like, oh, I have a few minutes. I'll just go and decorate that. Oh, that is cute. I don't even know what this is from. It's a cute little frame. Because I don't need a frame inside of a frame, but still.
So I thought I would do like just a mixed colored background on my watercolor paper, and then I was going to stamp over it. but I think I'm going to stamp and emboss first and then just kind of drop in some watercolor here and there.
Well, that's a good idea.
Oh, I need a new Versamark pad. Look at it. It's so dirty. And I got, what do you call it? I think it's like metallic embossing powder.
That's the one thing I don't like about white pigment ink is like it's so easy to just like get something in it and then it looks kind of grody forever.
Yeah. Same with the Versamark though. I'm picking up all of the ink that was left on the stamp right now.
Oh well.
That's okay though, because I can
Yeah.
see, you know, I usually emboss over it anyway, so it doesn't really bother me that I see whatever I'm stamping. It actually helps me to see where I missed.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
What do I?
Have you completed a card yet, Jay? Are you
One.
working? One? Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to put a second one together. They don't drop things on the floor in the midst of it. But I completed my wave card and now I'm putting my turtles together.
Oh, sweet.
Well, kind of. I wound up kind of getting the wave crooked, but that's okay. I'm sure whoever I send it to will not care at all. I wouldn't.
Oh. I thought I double stamped for a minute, but I didn't. Thank goodness. I hate that when you put a ton of work in and you're like still trying to get it to all show up, and then you realize you're like, oh, it shifted.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I always get bitter about it when it's like, I know I shouldn't stamp. Like, if I can avoid stamping on a finished card, like, that's usually the right answer. But then I get lazy and do it. And then it's like, you put it on crooked and you're like, oh, words I can't say on YouTube. But yeah, this is how the wave card came out. I really like it, actually.
I really like it too.
And then I have the sending you love and kindness on the inside. And I used up my pattern paper, which is great.
Love that.
Yeah, I put "You're My Happy Place" because I was thinking like the ocean and beach was my happy place, but it sounds more like lovey than I thought it did. But anyway, I have many family members I could send that to. I think my aunt would appreciate it because she likes pretty much every card.
Where is my brush?
At one point, my mom was like, yeah, you could probably send her a card every week and she would be happy about that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. I make a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to do that with a couple of my friends that could really use it, that are like family, that are going through some stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I could do that. And then I just never, such a procrastinator.
I might have to glue this. This is this is lightweight. It's probably fine. Maybe a little glue. Maybe around the edges.
Now I know why I hate black embossing powder.
Does it just get everywhere?
Yes. There. I just got to be like Gina and just give it a good whack. Okay. Dreaming is free, Lala.
What kind of snacks are you dreaming of, Lola? And dreaming is free. Well, assuming it's not like the kind you do with your credit card at the craft store, but dreaming of projects.
So I don't know where all the sparkle came from this in this black detail embossing powder. Huh.
I don't know. Like Brutus Monroe and some people I know make like a black glitter one that I've been tempted by.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, in my embossing journey of like buying things and not actually embossing to date, but we're gonna emboss this year.
I have the Brutus
Definitely.
Monroe Raven because when you do those crop and creates, they give you different supplies. So Brutus Monroe last year gave us the I think we got four different embossing powders from him. So we got the Raven, the Alabaster White, the Sterling, and the Rainbow Sparkle.
Oh, I've heard good things about the rainbow. Like it's kind of like iridescent, sort of. That's like
yeah, it definitely is. I thought I got. Oh, here it is. I thought I had some Wow embossing. That's what I was looking for. The Wow embossing powder. Jeez. Oh well. I used the one from 1902. No biggie.
That's fine. Well, you know, a lot of people who just really like Wow anyway.
Yeah. How's everyone doing? So beautiful. So true. Beautiful cards, J and T, or Dawn. Dawn, what is the brand of detailed embossing powder? So the one I used, you probably have it, Lala. The one from 1900s. This one was by, oh my gosh, PSE, the PSX, the Personal Stamp Exchange. I've had it that long. That's what this one is. I have several actually that are the PSX brand.
Elizabeth likes your card. Well, our cards.
Our cards. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, are you done, Jay?
I think so, but
okay.
I'm enjoying watching you craft, so
no
rush or anything.
You can we can call it whenever you're whenever you're ready. I was just puttering to keep going too while you, so I wasn't not doing anything.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I got mine mostly together, and I don't think I have stuff to make a third one. Well, I mean, of course I do, but like, I don't think I have a third background.
Yeah. I am just
and this is actually drying down fairly interesting. This is the watercolor one. It looks more vibrant on camera than in real life. Like, I think it's going to be pretty nice as like a background to, where is it? I have a bunch of, it's hiding somewhere in my house, but I have a bunch of new, I have some new sand dollar dies and also some starfish ones. And I think it would be cool to do like a top down with like a bunch of, do one of those like Spellbinder Z cards where you use like 78 die cuts on it just for fun.
Yeah.
But there was someone who was telling me they like die cut in their free time. Like while they were watching TV, they would just like die cut the same thing over and over, and then have use one of those like scrapbooking box thingies that you use for photos, right? But like just have a whole bunch of dies ready to go. Like
Yeah,
that's pretty cool because
that's what
I
I do.
definitely do that with like print and cut because it's sort of like then you just have the stuff and you can just sort of collage.
Right. That's what I do. Like or when I'm making a card and I have to die cut or stamp something and I die cut, I do extras and I just put them in my little scrapbooking thing like that.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I need to do that once we approach Christmas in July because last year it was like T blessed me with a ton of sentiments, which made my life easy. But like I should figure out my sentiments and like all the stuff I use a ton of, like berries and holly and fir branches and all that stuff. Although I don't know,
Yeah.
doing that in July means I'm not going to be a crazy person in November, which is good, but. Well, I mean, I probably told you the story, but like, I do a charity sale that's like, so like, my parents leave in November and go to Florida because they don't like November. My mother doesn't like November because it's too windy, allegedly.
Ah.
But then my mom and I do a charity craft sale like as soon as they get back, so it's like, but because like September is a borderline summer month in the Midwest, it's like, well, I don't really get excited to like in September. I'm all about fall and Halloween and coffee and fall leaves and all that. So it's like, I've had a few years where it's gotten to be like, 3 weeks away, and then you're like, oh no, I need 100 cards in 3 weeks. It's going to be really busy. So
Yeah.
last year I got most of my act together in July, so I at least had a bunch of stuff. It turns out I made the wrong stuff, but
Oh
details.
no.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really the wrong stuff, but like
Was it-
everybody liked all the weird fun folds, and nobody was all that interested in like, here's just a whole bunch of well-made cards. So I don't know.
Yeah. I was gonna ask how you make the wrong stuff. Gotcha.
Oh.
Uh-oh. What?
Oh yeah, mommy guy said I can so relate. I love paper piecing. It is fun. I mean, I don't know. I think it's nice. I have some really cool. I have a cool die set that I haven't used ever. It's like a 3D pop-up house, basically. That when it folds flat, it's an A7. But like then it will pop up to like an actual like house kind of thing. But I've got an add-on that you can turn it into a beach shack, which I think would be super neat for like now.
Oh
But
yeah.
I never used it because it sort of falls into that same category of like, well, you have to die cut the building and then you have to do like a lot of decorations, and it's very much like a die cut a whole bunch of stuff and then do a lot of paper piecing.
Oh yeah. Oh, talk
Which
about
is kind
that.
of.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, which really like I shouldn't complain about because, like now that long like vertical lives are such a trendy thing, it's like, well, that would be great for that. Like random people on the internet can watch me like die cut things 500 times. Like I'm sure that's fine.
That would make a great ASMR short.
It would. I'm surprised people like them. Like, I don't actually find watching other people like do things and hearing the sounds of that particularly relaxing. I guess you could like put it on your TV if it was something you'd like. I'd much rather like listen to like the woods or an ocean or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
That's pretty.
Well, I'm just going to take and die cut, and then I think I'm going to cut it down the middle, and I'm going to put like half and half on this card and like put the fish, I think. Yeah. We'll get there. But this is the one I did for tonight.
Nice.
And
I can make you big, and then people can see it, and then I can make me big and show my cards. That would probably be like a professional thing to do.
So
like, no, I have a button that can do.
Yeah. So I did the life's a beach.
Oh, I love the splatter. That's so cool how you got like a sand effect. That is
Yeah,
neat.
I just did the white and the same color I used. This is Vintage Photo Oxide, and I just put it in the. I probably should have done a more defined with the Vintage Photo, maybe along the shoreline, but that's okay. I like it. And then I did a bunch of these. This is using
Oh,
the Derwent.
I love that one with the
The
vibrant
Derwent,
like green bits.
yeah, the Derwent Intense. This was the best one, I feel like, that did the best
Hmm.
print. And then this was the like the fourth generation one that was really light. But I love how washed out it is. Where you
That would
just
be a really cool background, like if you had like a big like die cut sentiment or something, you know.
yeah.
Like it just gives you such a vibe.
And then I did just a quick wash over the top of it. And I noticed that when you first put the water on, it really repels it. And then this was one of the other ones that didn't come out overly clear. I did the same thing, just a light wash over the top. But yeah, I think it would make a good background, and I could probably
Yeah.
do a focal point of something else in front of it and
Yep.
just have that kind of pushed back. So yeah, so that's that.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that for some of these more washed out ones. You know, you could just sort of treat them as like they would be naturally washed out if you were in the ocean and they were far
Right,
away from you.
right, right. So you just add your focal points and just have that be, way back,
Yeah.
Yep. But these I'm not sure. I really like this, and I don't know. I feel like I want to frame this and put it on my craft room wall.
Oh, you should totally do it.
But I love the
Because like you
ocean
could just
one.
figure like because like those standard size frames are super cheap. Like where did I do that to? Oh, I did that to a watercolor. Like I did a bunch of watercolors when I was on vacation the last time, and it was like, oh, I just put up in my cube, and someone thought it was like actual art, and I'm like, yeah, not really. I was just screwing around with like printing with natural materials, but thank you. I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't tell people that. I'll be like, yes, it's very famous art. Would you like to buy?
It's an original. It's an original art by Jay.
Hi, Elise. Welcome.
Yeah, hey Delise. But yeah, that's it. And that's I just did the same thing. I just stamped these and kind of just did a quick no real detail, because I feel like when this gets cut and put on here after it's die cut, you're not going to really
Yeah.
notice that I, went outside the lines. And this was just kind of a mix of the green and blue, and just did a quick ocean thing.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So it'll be like the inside with the coral reef stuff.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea. I like that.
And the
If I can
fish.
show my two.
Yeah, I
Um,
want to see yours close up.
the first one I did was this wave, which is this is a rubber stamp. I did this in VersaFine Clair and then used watercolor over the top to make it a little less stark, so it looked more wavy. Although it looks really cool if you just leave it white too. It looks like a very graphic element. And then I matted it in teal because this current teal is like my favorite color right now. So I've been matting everything in this teal. But that's okay. I have my moments sometimes with colors. And then I use some leftover pattern paper on the inside just to sort of make this kind of a scene as well. And I've been really liking this kindness stamp set lately. I don't know why. It just seems like a good generic, like everybody needs kindness kind of a vibe. And then this is an ink smush background, and then this is where I use the Derwent Inktense over on top of it. And you still get a lot of it's still semi-translucent, so you can still kind of see the ocean through it, kind of like how you would on wet sand. So I liked how that came out. And I just stamped over it with dye ink on my new turtle stamp that looked pretty cool. And then I just did a little mat on the inside. Nothing super crazy. I might go in and use some, if I have extra bits and pieces, I might go in and put a banner or something there. But those were the two that I did tonight. Do Do you have anything coming up, Dawn, that folks would be interested in?
I am going to be live in the morning with T, and we'll be doing some fun stuff tomorrow. That's what I was going to say. Speaking of die cutting, we'll be doing lots of that. So we're going to be using our new iCrafter dies.
Oh, did you both get in on that like super sale?
Yes.
I'll close
Yes.
out, I guess I should say, which is too bad because I really love the designer. I'm glad she's going to continue with Trinity.
Yes. Same. Yeah. So that's what I have coming up, and then next week, I think it's just a normal stream on Tuesday, and the following week is Art Yahtzee. So if anyone's interested in that, shoot me an email, and yeah, we'll get you in. I know Elizabeth's already in, so if anyone wants to play along with Elizabeth. And
Yeah, I agree with you, Lala. I don't necessarily forget, but sometimes like I'll just not put sentiments on the inside, and then like especially if it's like a scene card or something, then you can just use it for whatever because it can be a birthday or an anniversary or a I don't know. Usually sympathy cards I kind of make their own thing, but anywho. Oh, cool.
yeah.
I don't think I have anything super special coming up other than normal Sunday Live at 6 o'clock. And yeah, I think, I don't know. There's probably something coming up I'm not thinking of,
Nice.
but you know.
Well, you could do Art Yahtzee with Elizabeth and
I
could. But you got a whole 2 weeks to, for that, or like a week, I guess, week and a half.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I find both of the Yahtzees a lot of fun. The Art
Yeah.
Yahtzee is just kind of neat because it's like, I don't know. I feel like as like mostly a card maker now, it's like I have all this stuff I don't use that I used when I did painting most of the time. So it's like getting out the watercolor or the acrylic paint is actually kind of nice. I'm like, oh look, all those things I spent money on that like I don't bring in it. I mean, I don't know. Like it's not like you couldn't bring it into cards, but I just don't as much as I could. But anyway.
Right. Yeah, true.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And thanks. Yeah, and thanks everyone for the chat for coming by. I know it's probably as we're all winding down from this kind of short week. It's I don't know. I like this Thursday time because it's like a time I would just be doing nothing otherwise. So it's always nice to come and chat with folks. So thanks much.
Yeah.
And
thanks everyone in the chat.
Yep. I will see you guys later on if I find my outro thingy. There we are. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
There's my hand.